How's everybody doing? Welcome, welcome. It is 2:13 in the afternoon, 86 degrees outside. It's going to be a warm one today. Welcome, welcome. We are still promoting Cable Company and UK Medic. And we are also promoting our members list is Digging It Back, UK Medic, Supreme Geckos, Corner Clubhouse Cobalt, Sherry Lynn Matcat, Jay Sonata, Trod Legs and Stings, Mary Giggs, Smitty SOE Gaming, Kayla Boo, Eric Lapointe, Stoned Every Day, The Stock Explorer, Vera, Leon, Lathan, Leeton, Monster, LVX, Roman numerals, Corina Thomas, aka Triple Hot Mess, Brian Lloyd, all that fluff and stuff, straight up metal detecting, Shanti Michelle, Biscuit Gaming, John Paul, Flash in the Pan, Juka Ovaskin, RC. Those are our members. Go check them out. If you like what you see, you know what to do. What is up? Welcome, welcome. How's everybody doing? We are going to work today. We'll be on here about 45 to 50 minutes. Driving to work. Come and enjoy the ride. Let's see who we got in here. We got Bud Files. We got Tom Grace. What's up? Welcome, welcome. Welcome to the live. I will be reading the chat at the end, but not while I'm driving. Thank you, everybody. Got blue skies today here in sunny California. Gonna be a hot one today. It's in the 80s already. I don't know, maybe getting to 85. I know this week coming up is gonna get in the 90s. So it's gonna be warming up. Yep. Blue skies. Blue skies are shining. Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to go get another holder for the phone. They're not that expensive. They're only a couple of, like, a little bit over $10. Sticks to the windshield. This one got messed up. The rubber. It's because once you set it, you don't want to move it, because if you try to move it, it's gonna mess it up. It's gonna mess up the sticky shit. Yeah, let's see here. Okay, dokie. Got Coining Around. I know he was in Caporals. He's live right now. Gator also is live. Cable Company. He's doing his game. And then I know Coining Around will be live later on today also. By the time I get to work, he'll probably be almost starting his live stream. We also have our family and friends list. Family and friends list is Coining Around, My Animal House, Spider Mom, Mark the Square Guy, Sherry Lynn Matcat, James Gype, Samantha Gype, Tony Diecast, Zelda Diecast Racing, Zelda Diecast Racing. We have Mayor, all capital letters, M-A-E-R. We have Blessed Yoda. We the Stock Explorer. What's this car doing up ahead? He's all like all over the place. Was he playing with his phone? What are they doing? What are they doing? What are they doing? Let's see. I don't know. He was like all over the road there for a bit. Going to the right, going to the left. I don't know. We have John Paul, Brooklyn Chick, Pokerasi, UK Medic. We have Stories Lost and Found. We have Wally from Supreme Geckos. We have Hannah. We have Brandon. We have Mayhem Miracles. Well, this truck like going in my lane. What's up with that? And we have Percy, the Mercian metal detecting. And he's from the UK. So go check out all those great, amazing channels. If you like what you see, you know what to do. Alrighty. Go check out my post also. Got some more amazing channels on there. Go check them out. Yeah, we're in month 4, 4th month of the year, April. Been windy pretty much all last month and this month also. It's the windy. Almost sounds like it's the Windy City. Yep, I'm going the speed limit. And all them cars are speeding. They want to go faster. They're going 80 miles an hour. Look at them, pushing. Yep. They're all in a hurry to get somewhere. Yep. Yep. Welcome. I think I saw Corner Clubhouse come in too. Welcome. Hopefully you're doing okay there. I know you were having some health issues. Hopefully everything is fine. I'm gonna change lanes. Probably gonna have some cars coming in. This next entrance here. Yep, there's some cars coming in from the side. But they'll probably go right behind this RV. All the desert people are around. Got their bikes, their trikes. It's that time of year. Still nice out here. It's not that hot yet. But once it gets to the 90s and 100s, then they don't come out. It's like, no thank you. You can keep your hot weather. It's like, what? You don't want to enjoy it with me? You were out here enjoying the nice, great weather in the winter time. You're abandoning us when we need you the most. When it's hot. Let's see if this guy's going to be going the speed limit. Hopefully. Hopefully. Hercules, Hercules. I think I saw Nora come in. So how's it going, Nora? Hopefully you're doing good. Any updates on your spider? Is it still out? Is it still out and about? Oh, you know, that praying mantis I have was a female, and you know, it laid a bunch of well, I forget what they're called, but it's the eggs that he puts on like little limbs, and then little praying mantises come out of them. Well, she did a bunch of them, and then I thought they weren't gonna. I thought nothing was gonna become of them. You know, I thought maybe, oh well, maybe they'll just not grow, because they were there the longest time. You know, longer than the ones that I purchased. So then I'm like, okay. So I just, you know, I left them in a jar. I had them in a glass jar. And I'm like, I just set them to the side, you know. Doesn't have a lid on it or anything. It's just a glass jar. I didn't put a lid on it because, you know, no circulation. There's no air. It's a glass jar. So I left the top open. And then, you know, I purchased those other ones, the ones that the other baby praying mantises, the ones that I released a bunch of them out into the wild, you know. And I said, okay, well, I guess that's it. There's not going to be any praying mantises. I'm not going to have any praying mantises grow, you know, the babies, because they're hard to raise, you know, if you don't have, you know. And then I don't know, those little ones, I don't know, maybe they weren't. Sometimes, you know, you never know if they're like not strong enough. They won't survive, you know. Even in the wild, that's why they have so many of them. You know, they can have hundreds of them at a time. So out of the 100, maybe 10 or 5 will survive. And maybe there'll be at least a female and a male, and they'll reproduce for the next ones. Well, this female, you know, I had those things in the jar, you know, and I just, you know, I guess they're not, I guess maybe because she'll lay eggs even if she wasn't fertilized, you know, so they'll be like just dead eggs, I guess, as you say, kind of like chicken eggs. If there's no rooster, you know, you have just regular eggs. Now, if you have a rooster, then you can have regular eggs if you put them in the fridge. But if you leave them outside, or you know, let the chicken hatch them, they become chicks. So one day I'm looking, because I would always look at the jar, you know, and I'd see, you know, see if anything. And then she laid some more eggs, so I put in more of those in there into the. Oh man, we had a bug imploded on the window. So we had a bunch of eggs on these sticks that are in the jar. So I'm like, well, I don't know, maybe something will happen. I don't know. So I just left it. Then a couple of days ago, I noticed some movement, and I'm like, what the heck? I go, I know none of the other praying mantises got out. So they must be from the female that I have. I go, must be I have. So these are, so now I got babies still. I'll be having videos of those. I did videos of the other babies, the ones that I released, but big female that I have in the enclosure, that the one that I've done videos of, and she's still alive. Usually by this time they she already passed. They don't live out the winter, but since it was indoors, it survived. The other lane here. I don't know why these people are going so slow. And they pile up. They take both lanes. Look at this guy going all over the road, all over the road, all over the road. Yeah, so I'll be doing some videos of the new babies, the new praying mantis babies. And we'll see. Well, I don't know. I'm gonna see if I can grow these. I'm gonna have to buy some proper food for them, because they weren't eating they need those ones that Nora has, the Stock Explorer. She bought those flies, those fruit flies. Those are perfect for the praying mantises because they're tiny and they won't bother the praying mantis, because even the mealworms, they're vicious too. They will take down the praying mantis too, especially if it's small. The mealworms, the jumping spiders, they'll take down something 3 or 4 times their size, and they'll take it down, man. I saw, because I had a jumping spider, and it jumped, and it wasn't that big of a jumping spider, and it grabbed onto the mealworm, and it was like riding it like a bunking bronco, and it was on it for about 8 hours, just sucking the juice out of it, So yeah, they're very vicious with their prey. They will attack. Yep. So it's like I tell people, because everybody wants to, they get a tarantula or a scorpion, and then they want to handle them. It's not safe to handle them, because you could injure the thing, or it could injure you. It's not going to kill you unless you're allergic. If you're one of those persons that is allergic to bumblebees, don't get any kind of spiders or because that venom they have it won't kill anybody normal, but anybody that has allergies, like to bee stings and stuff like that, then they can have a bad reaction. So yeah, don't purchase them. Yeah, we got some blue skies today. Not a cloud in the sky. I heard there was a lot of. I looked at work. We have a phone, a work phone, and it has has like the weather. You know, you can put the weather for where you're at, and it also has like a radar map of the whole United States. And man, I looked at it, and it looked bad, especially on the east border of Texas, like over there by Tennessee and Arkansas, all those states over there. You're looking, yeah, it was like, I think they had a bunch of tornado warnings, and oh, this lady's looking at her phone. The one I just passed on the right side. Oh, look at this guy. He wanted to pass. It's like, where are you gonna go? There's nowhere to go, man. There's a semi on the right side. You saw, he went over there and oh shit, that thing's big. Well, I've been watching it from way back there. You gonna tell me you didn't see it from way back there where you've been looking? What does this thing have? We got carrots. It's carrot season. Bunch of carrots. He's carrying carrots for your carrot cake, your carrot salads, for your bunny rabbits. Yeah, I did have pet bunny rabbits at one time when I was little. My dad, he used to work in the fields, and you know, he used to drive a tractor and you know, pull the thing with the field workers on it, or just, you know, grading the land. And he used to bring home, you know, rabbits that he'd find in the fields. And the funny thing is, you know, we'd have it at home, and I would feed it. You know, we'd had like a little grocery store downstairs. This was up like in Woodland, California, up toward almost Sacramento. And we lived in the second floor of a house. It was a 2-story house, but it was separated. They made it into two. So I had two. I think it had like 3 bedrooms on top with a bathroom, and the bottom, I don't know what it had. It might have had maybe 1 or 2 bedrooms. I don't know. But there was a grocery store down the stairs from where we lived, and then it was the thing was, the school was just the kitty corner to our house. But it was the baseball field, so I still had to walk all the way the length of the schoolyard to get to school. But you know, the bunnies, you know, and I used to ask the grocer, you know, there, hey, you know, can we get all the lettuce that you throw out, you know, the ones that you take off the lettuce heads, and it's trash, you know, for them. They don't sell it. So I would get all that. And then sometimes my dad would bring some from the fields, you know. And so I'd feed the bunny, you know, lettuce. And you know, I was like, at the time, I think I was 6 years old. So, you know, and you know, one time my dad also brought it was a big jackrabbit. Had big long ears. And I guess he ran it over with the tractor by accident, you know, with the blades that rip up the ground. You know, it didn't run, so, or it ran the wrong way. So he accidentally killed it. So he brought it home, and my mom, she She skinned it because I remember her skinning it. She was taking the skin off the fur, and I've asked her to this day. I've asked her, did I ever eat rabbit? She says no, but I know we probably did because she made it. She cooked it. I mean, it was fresh. It wasn't like an old rabbit. And I know she because all of a sudden then the pets were gone. The rabbits. It's like, where's Fluffy at? Yeah, that was some great chicken, Mom. But I didn't know chicken had them kind of feet. No, she cut the rabbit foot, because it was a lucky rabbit's foot. Have you ever had those lucky rabbit's feet? Well, apparently it wasn't that lucky because it lost its foot. I don't know why. You always say, get that lucky rabbit's foot. Rub it for luck. I remember having one of those. It was all dried out. It was one of those that you purchase. It was a keychain, but it was a real rabbit's foot, not fake. This was the real. I mean, this is back in the '60s. Nowadays everybody be, I don't know. Everybody be going like, you'd be having the animal cruelty people. It's like, what? You don't think they kill rabbits? They feed rabbits? I mean, they put rabbit, for dogs and cats, other animals. And so then, I had one of those. It was like a brown colored rabbit. It was a nice little. It had a nice little fur on it, and it had the little toenails on it and everything. It was a somebody. I forget where we bought it at. Hey, Blood Dragon, what's up? Welcome. Yeah, so we had those, and then we had a lot of truckers. They would stop their truck right there in front of our house because they'd go to the store, buy something to eat, a snack or something. So we hardly ever had to buy any fruits or vegetables because we would just ask the truck driver, "Hey, Mister, is it okay if we grab some fruit out of your trailer?" And they say, "Yeah, go right ahead." And so I'd have a plastic bag and grab some whatever they had: tomatoes, carrots, apricots. We even had plums. We had plums. We also had peaches. I mean, we had all kinds of fruit from trucks there, fresh from the fields, And it didn't cost anything because, it wasn't that much. I mean, we weren't unloading the whole truck, probably a pound, if even that. Whatever they had, chili peppers, anything, we had our own little market going there, and it was fun. We get up on the truck, climb up. My little brother I'd hand him the stuff with the couple of minutes that the guy was in the store. The only thing I hated was up when we were living up there was the mosquitoes. Man, they had so many mosquitoes up there. It was crazy. It was like as soon as the sun was going to go down, it was like, hey, Dracula's coming out. Everybody get inside. Don't go outside, man. You'd see it on the screen doors or on the screen windows. They're like 10, 20, 30 of them. You could see them. I mean, if you'd go outside and they'd come at you, and you'd like swat your arm. And it was like, you'd kill about 10 of them. You know? So we knew as soon as the the sun started going down, you didn't want to be out there, or like early in the morning before the sunrise, mosquito city. During the day there wasn't any. So it was good if we saw owls, because owls would eat mosquitoes too. They'll eat all the bugs, and the hawks, the night hawks, they'd eat all the mosquitoes. The bats too. Bats will eat the mosquitoes. Yep. Yeah, we only lived there for about, I think it was like a year. It was just a year, and then we moved back down south. Yeah, it's because they gave my grandma and grandfather a job. They would work in the kitchen. My grandfather was kind of like a handyman, and my grandma was the cook. And then my mom would help her in the kitchen also, and my dad, he drove the buses and drove the tractors and stuff like that. So we would go and play at the camp where all the people sleep and stuff. So we would go early, like on the weekends. We would go over there, and my grandma would make breakfast for them, lunch and dinner. So, and we'd go back home. But yeah, it was great. We moved a lot. I mean, I've lived up there. I lived in LA for a year. That's the only one place I didn't really like. LA was like that. And I think we were only there for like a couple of months. And yeah, it's that time of year already, the bugs. So that means the more insects, the more of lizards and tarantulas and spiders are going to be out eating all the bugs. Yep. But yeah, I always ask my mom, and even to this day, she still tells me. She'll say, "No, I never made rabbit." I'm like, come on, I was there. I was young, but I wasn't that young. I was old enough to know better. I mean, she said, she used to make stuff for my dad. I mean, I remember I've eaten lamb chops. I love the taste of lamb chops. It's a different taste. If you like pork chops, deep fry some lamb chops. Don't overcook them either. You don't want to overcook them either. And they're good. Just a little bit of salt and pepper on them. Man, I remember they were good. Lamb chops. Haven't had a lamb chop in long time. I remember my mom, she used to make liver and onions also. I love liver and onions. I think I had liver and onions maybe 15 years ago at a restaurant. It was good. And I had not had liver and onions like in 30 years since then. Then I had it at the restaurant. For 30 years I hadn't had any, and then I ate it at the restaurant. It was like, wow, yeah, brought back memories of home, you know. And my mom, she doesn't do any of that anymore. I mean, she lives with my sister up in the San Jose area, the Bay Area, and you know, she's 85. I think she's going to be 86 this year, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, I mean, she's still going. I don't know for how much longer, you know. I mean, she's been through so many operations and stuff, you know. So yeah, it'll be sad if she does, but you know, I would rather see her go than have her suffering. You know, if anything happened, you know, like. But she still gets around. You know, my sister makes her food and everything. Yeah, my dad, he passed away. He passed away when I was younger. I was in my, I think I probably was in my 20s, maybe 20s or 30s. Let me see, because he died when he was 60. 60. So no, maybe I might have been in my, yeah, I was probably in my 30s, getting almost 40. Yeah, because I think he was 20. Let's see, I think my mom, because I think my mom was 21, I think, when she had me. Yeah, so I'm 60, 64. So 85. Yeah, so yeah, she's gonna be 80. I think she's gonna be 86 this year. And my dad, he was a little bit older. He was like 25, I think. So let's see, 25. Yeah, so I think I was 35. Yeah, so I was 35 when he passed. Yeah, he used to drink a lot when he was younger, but then you know, he would occasionally still drink, you know, like at parties and stuff like that. But he wasn't, you know, he wasn't the one. It wasn't. I never saw him like sit down at home and drink, you know, packs of beer. We never had beer at home. Sodas, yes, he did drink a lot of sodas. We always had sodas in the house. Back then we had Coca-Cola, because my uncle, he lived, you know, he was in Mex, and he worked for the Coca-Cola company in Mexicali. So he used to give us cases of soda, because they used to give him, since he worked for the company, you know, the company gives their employees, you know, to take home, And since, my uncle hardly drank, he didn't drink very much soda, you know. So he'd say, yeah, you know what, I have a bunch of cases, this. So, and then back in the day, you had to save the bottles because if you didn't, they would charge you a fee. They would charge you a fee for the bottles. It was back in them days, they would recycle, but the way they would recycle it was you brought in a bottle, they would give you the soda, no charge for the bottle. But if you didn't have a bottle, then they would charge you extra for the bottle. So yeah, and then and we used to buy, we didn't really have to buy sodas back then. And then if we did buy some, and it was cheaper because it was across the border. I mean, I remember the little bottles. I think they were they 8 ounce, I think they were either 6 ounce. Yeah, I think they were 6 ounce, 6 or 8 ounce bottles, the glass bottles, and you used to get them out of a vending machine. 5 cents it cost you, 5 cents for the soda, and then you drink it. It was nice ice cold, and you drink it. Then once you finished, you would put it. They had a little tray right next to the soda machine where you would drop off your bottles. You couldn't take it with you. You had to drink it there. Yeah. So now, everything is all, they put artificial crap in everything, and we wonder why we're all getting sick, and not living this long. So all the crap that's in the food, in the bread, I mean, my mom, she used to make her own tortillas. Yeah, there we go. But yep, I accidentally hit the mute button. Sorry about that. I guess they kind of repaired the road here. They patched it up. That patch doesn't last because it's like a little patch, and it basically the first rain. The guy had one of those German helmets on a motorcycle. Yeah, he had one of those old motorcycles, like the back in the day, the World War II motorcycle looking, and he had a helmet, a German helmet from back then too. Okie dokie. Let's see who's in there. Who's in here? Let's see. Let's see. First one we're in here was Bud Files and Tom Grace. And we had Coining Around. And we're saying hello to each other. Coining Around, Corner Clubhouse. Smitty, S-O-E-N. SOE Gaming. What's up? We had Nora, Stock Explorer. Pokerasi. She's still hiding, and the other one webbed herself in her hideaway. Oh, okay. Well, hopefully you find her. Well, maybe she'll find a mate while she's out there and make babies. It was meant to be. You see where this is going. What? What are you talking about? Probably eat them, though. Yep. Yeah, we did. Hey, Blood Dragon, what's up? Tim Windsor, what is up? Welcome, welcome. How's it going? Yeah, you know. Oh, MA Gaming, what is up? Welcome, welcome. Yeah. Yeah, I was watching OMA Gaming. He was doing that motorcycle game where he does all these ramps and stuff. Oh my God, it's crazy. Or with the cars, the vehicles going on these ramps and falling off all the time, crashing, blowing up. Oh, rotisserie chicken. Yeah, yeah. My son usually brings some rotisserie chicken from Costco, and then leftovers we'll make some chicken with vegetables and rice. Yep. Yeah, yeah. Tons of fun. Yeah, I mean, I've been thinking of getting into gaming again. Well, I mean, I haven't gamed in a long time. I mean, it's been about, I'd say, a little bit under 20 years. Yeah, life got too busy, but now life isn't as busy. What's up, Duke City crew? Welcome, welcome. So I'm like, because my son he has a there's a PlayStation he has a PlayStation 3 there in the living room where I'm always at. I could play games there, and then just that one doesn't connect to the, I know that you can do it somehow, connect it to the internet, but I'll probably just cast it. I'll probably just aim my phone to it, that way. I don't know. We'll see. I got to figure it out. But yeah, maybe if when I completely retire and not have to work anymore, then my live streams, instead of road trips, it'll be gaming. You know. Yep, yep. Yeah, I think Copper. I don't know if Copper is still going, but I know Coining Around's going to be on in about, guess what is it? 45 minutes, I think. I think at 3:45 he's on. Cable Company, he's live still. I'm going to go check him out too. Thank you all for coming in. So I am always live Saturdays and Sundays, 2:15 p.m. in the afternoon, California time, and on Wednesdays at 11 a.m. in the morning running errands. So if you have nothing better to do and just want to listen to me babble on, come on in, enjoy the ride, enjoy the view, and that's about it, guys. So God bless everybody. Don't forget to hug your loved ones, and don't forget to hug your mama. And if you can't hug her, give her a call. We never know, guys. So have a good one. God bless you guys. Till next time, guys. Bye bye.